Anil, can you hear me? Is it audible? Anil? Hi, Namrata. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm great. Good to see you.
Same here.
Yeah. We'll just wait for 2 more minutes and then
Yeah, yeah, sure.
yeah, Mr. Ajit Pujari, very good morning. How are you doing? Good to see you as well.
I'll be sharing my screen as well for the
I'll do that.
presentation.
Just give me a minute.
I think I have that option.
All right. Uh, Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, I'm Bikash and I'm from Ramaya Institute of Management. Uh, First of all, I'd like to welcome and invite all of you to today's session on mindfulness. Uh, it's an honor to have Dr. Namrata. Dr. Namrata, I have been known her little more than 2 decades now in different capacity. Dr. Namrata is a seasonal HR, human resource, and learning and development professional, having experience of working in diverse fields such as research, academia, in NGO. She is basically an MBA in HR and PhD in CSR from IIT Dhanbad. Proficient in planning and organizing various training programs. She has been instrumental in academia also. In her journey, she worked in uh, Muscat in Oman, and she has presented numerous research paper in national and international uh, seminars of repute. Precisely, her area of interest is many, but predominantly mental health, neuro-linguistic programming, training and development, consulting, counseling, mindfulness. So today topic we are concentrating on mindfulness. We're trying to bring her expertise, her knowledge, and she has been very humble and uh, in accepting our invitation and sharing her experience and thought in this very sensitive and emerging area. I welcome Dr. Namrata on behalf of Ramaya Institute as well as Rotary Club of uh, Rourkela Vibrant. Welcome to the session.
Thank you so much, Vikash, sir. It's a pleasure and an honor both to be invited by you for a session. Maybe I don't know what all I can give, but I'll try my best.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for having me.
I know mindfulness is the art of paying full attention to the present moment, with calm awareness and non-judgment, basically. Most of us day-to-day activity, we have been judgmental, we have to reactive. So mindfulness does not talk about it. It's, you require a calm awareness and non-judgmental uh, uh, pathway. And it also sharps focus and reduces stress and enhances emotional balance. So I'm not going to talk much about it. You are an expert, and I'm sure like we have different kind of participants. May I request the participants to mute themselves, so that there won't be any hindrance in terms of this particular process. Uh, so I'm not going to spend much time. Rather, I will request you to take it over, Namrata, and then wherever I think me as well as my audience and participants require some kind of insight, maybe I'll buzz you in between. Over to you.
Sure. Thank you so much. Before I begin, I would like the participants to switch on their cameras and switch off their mics. I repeat, switch on the cameras and switch off the mics
I'm sorry,
so that I know
Namrata, 1 minute.
that.
Namrata,
Yes.
1 minute. I'm sorry. Yeah. So I just forgot to say Namrata is joining from Saudi Arabia and the time there is 9:30. So early in the morning. So she will be happy to see all of us at least. So please, uh, yeah, Namrata, over to you.
Yeah. So I would, as you rightly said, I would love to see the beautiful smiling faces so that I know that I'm talking to humans and not bots. So it's very good to interact with humans because all the time we are on the screens interacting with bots. So can we have the cameras on? As many of you as can join so that I can see my screen. Yeah, good to see so many faces. So let's begin. I would require you all to do a lot of activities. And before we begin, I want you all, everyone, to stand up in their places. Please stand up in your places. I would require you all to move. So stand up in your places, please. Everyone must be thinking the title was Brain Gym, and since it's yoga day today, isn't the speaker confused about this being the yoga day session? No, it's a brain gym session, completely a mindfulness session. So, everyone, put your left hand up. Okay, listen to what I say, listen and follow to what I say, and look at me. Got it? Please pay attention to me, look at me, and follow what I say. So, left hand up, left hand down, right hand up, right hand down. Put your right hand on your head. Put your right hand on your head. A loud clap, a loud clap. Shake your hands, shake your hands, shake your hands, shake your hands. Put your right hand on your chin. Put your right hand on your chin. Okay, please sit down. So, I can just see one participant. Somebody has pinned the screen. Can we have the participants view, please? Okay. So, everyone, did you all notice what we did just right now? Anyone? If anyone can unmute and say what we did just now.
Maybe warm up.
It's all about
Okay,
one of.
warm up. Good. And was there any mistake in the session?
No, it was one of only.
It was fine.
Yes.
Actually, the last thing that I asked to do was to put your hands on your chin. And I had put my hands on my cheek. So, how many of you put your hands on your chin and how many of you put your hands on your cheek? Did you all notice that?
Yes. Hands on cheek is thinking only. Hands on lips is like laughing.
So those who have been looking at me must have put their hands on their cheeks, and those who have been listening to me must have
Yes.
put their hands on their chin. So why I made you all do this is what the entire thing is, our attention. Attention plays a very critical, very important role in learning, in decision making, in understanding the process how you learn. So, mindfulness, and as the topic says, brain gymming, it's all about attention. So, if you can pay attention all the time to the tasks that you are doing, you are mindful. But the thing is that we are not paying attention. Since childhood, in classes, and our teachers have said in the class, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention in the class, pay attention to what I'm saying. But we never understood this thing called the importance of attention. Now, I'll be sharing my screen. Fine. So, can you all see my screen? Is my screen visible?
Yes,
Yes,
Namrata,
it's
yes.
visible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Visible, ma'am.
Yeah. So, now let's understand the nature of the mind. The mind is supposed to be completely like a monkey.
Ma'am, why
It
don't you
runs,
put your screen on slide share mode?
just a moment.
No, Namrata, you can go to the extreme left side,
Yeah.
on the top. Yeah, no, the fourth one, there itself. Yeah, fourth one, the last one. Yeah, not that one, the last one. Other round. Yeah, yeah, correct.
Yeah, it was already like that earlier. Okay. So, mostly our minds are jumping from here and there. It always wants you to be busy. It always wants to run away from one thing or the other. But the nature of the mind is that is the nature of the mind, but we need to bring ourselves back to that, back from that chaos that we are always in. So rather than running away, we need to be wherever we are and do whatever we are doing. Now, how can we do that? Understanding how can we do that is the most important thing. Now, in neuroscience, what has happened is the neuroscientists have started studying mindfulness. Now, what is mindfulness and how does it help in developing our brain is what interests the neuroscientists. So the thing is that whenever we are trying to chase something, the more we try to chase. Now, people misunderstand mindfulness. Like when we are mindful, there will be no thoughts, we'll be calm, we'll be absolutely quiet. So the two most important myths about mindfulness are is one, that you think that you'll be completely without thoughts. The second is that you will be at peace all the time. So these two greatest myths is what hinders most people to not take up mindfulness as a practice. The first thing is that you can never be without thoughts. That is the nature of the mind, that always it needs to think something. One thought goes, the other comes. In fact, during the day we have around 60 to 70,000 thoughts, just about thinking that 60 to 70,000 thoughts per day. As humans we are thinking, and in this current scenario when we have a lot of access to distractions, social media, this and that, I think the numbers would have gone up more than that. So that's how the nature of the mind is. You cannot stop thinking. Now whenever you say I don't want to think, that moment itself you will have a flood of thoughts. If I tell you don't think about a black elephant, that is what your mind will bring you, a black elephant. Now the second thing, that is being at peace. Now being at peace is completely a myth, let me tell you. You won't be at peace. There will always be something going on, there will always be something happening. The idea is to face whatever chaos is happening, to see whatever is happening. That is what mindfulness is. Now as neuroscientists discovered that all our end goal, the end goal for everything, what is the end goal of everything? Why are we doing anything? Why are we working? Why are we going out? Why are we going on vacations? Whatever we are doing, what is the end goal of everything? Anyone? Why are you doing what you're doing?
Perhaps we intend to do it.
Why do you intend to do it?
There is probably a objective for everything that we are doing.
Yeah, I want to know that objective.
Probably
Ultimately,
attending this session is one thing that we are doing, where probably we are trying to learn the mindfulness or thought of mindfulness to say.
Not specifically mindfulness. Why are you working? Why do you go on vacations?
Necessity, need.
I think someone has
Necessity.
answered in the chat box. It's happiness and peaceful.
Yes.
So even science has discovered that the end goal for everything that we are doing is happiness. We want to be happy. Now we think that if we get all that we want and if we get rid of all that we don't want, we'll be happy. Right? Sounds logical, but this myth has been broken by scientists, that it's not that when you get everything that you want and you get rid of everything that you don't want, you'll be happy. It's a myth. You will never be happy with things. Now, they also try to find out that if we get rid of the things that are causing unhappiness, will we be happy? Again, in the research, it was found that is not true as well. It's completely wrong. It sounds logical, but it's not true. So, the thing that was discovered, that our happiness has a lot to do with our faculty of attention. And in a research paper titled A Wandering Mind is an Unhappy Mind, it was discovered that 47% of the time, that is half of your waking time, we are wandering, our minds are wandering. So, this person named Matt Killingsworth, he is a researcher at Harvard, and he did a study sending an iPhone app to the users, asking them, what are you doing at present? And are you paying attention to what you're doing? So he found that mostly the participants of that research did not pay attention to what they were doing. And it was discovered that a wandering mind is mostly an unhappy mind. And do you know that your attention is worth $1,000,000,000 and $1 trillion? How? That is how these Facebook, Google, all these social media apps, they are growing, because they have captured your attention. You, the clicks that you make, the reels that you continuously see, all those things, what are they doing? They are capturing your attention and keeping you away from the things that you're supposed to do, the things that you're supposed to pay attention to. And that is why mostly these creative people, when they are doing their creative work, maybe painters or dancers, they are in a happy state of mind when they are doing their creative work, because they are paying attention to what they are doing. So this thing, when it was discovered that it does not help when you get things, but rather when you pay attention, you are more happy and more at peace. So the thing that next thing that was discovered is which part of our brain is responsible for attention. That is this prefrontal cortex. It's a part of the brain behind your forehead. So it's called the prefrontal cortex, and it is responsible for attention, for decision making, for metacognition. Now, metacognition is your learning ability, like how you learn and how you can improve your learning process and learning abilities. Now, what happens is this prefrontal cortex, when it is not fully developed or it is not much activated, it is not very good in structure and size. What happens is our faculty of attention reduces. We don't pay attention. And this thing, this prefrontal, I will get to the questions. Please keep your hands raised. I'll get to the questions. So, what happens, this prefrontal cortex is also supposed to be small in size in the case of all kinds of clinical disorders like schizophrenia, depression, anxiety, attention disorders, all kinds of clinical disorders. This prefrontal cortex is supposed to be small. And one more thing, so are there students here younger than 25 years of age? Are there students? Anyone? Can someone unmute and please? Okay, there are students. So, a big revelation for the students that if you're younger than 25, your prefrontal cortex is not fully developed. Bad news, but it's good for you. So, any big decisions that you take also depends on the size of on the development of your prefrontal cortex. Now, there's another part of the brain that is called the amygdala. Now, that is responsible for reactions, for emotional overwhelm, for the impulses that we take. So, mostly in teenagers, in adolescents, we see that this amygdala is hyperactive and the prefrontal cortex is not yet developed. So, this makes us more impulsive, more prone to be reactive. When we start paying attention to maybe an object, so how do you learn to pay attention? The only thing that matters is you bring back your focus or your attention to an object. It can be any object which is a little stable. So that is why when you are going to start with, we say that pay attention to your breath, because your breath, even though it is subtle, it's always available to you and we hardly pay attention to it. So this, when you bring your attention all the time back to your breath, which is always happening in the present moment, your breath is always changing, right? It's subtle, it's always changing, it's always there with you. So this practice of bringing back is what builds your mental muscles. Like, you go to the gym. Anyone who goes to the gym here or is into physical fitness or something? Now, when you go to the gym, you must have found that the first day is always hard. The forthcoming days are even harder, maybe when you're training. But eventually, certain muscles get strong. Eventually, you get more energy when you are continuously, consistently practicing. So it's the same case with our brains as well. The first time when you start doing it, what happens is you will be flooded with thoughts. But the idea is not to run away from them. So we again try and bring it back to that object of attention that we are focusing on. So just like your muscles get stronger when you are lifting weights, this bringing your attention back to your breath is lifting weights for your brain as well. So every time you do this, you are building one muscle. Now there are many neural connections and uh, which make our personality. Now scientists found that how do we know that which of our muscles are strong and which are not, and what is the process? How can we make the muscle strong? And the process is that you keep repeating whatever mental habits, whatever mental behaviors that we have. Those are the things that form our neural connections. So all the time when you are thinking of something, or you're overthinking maybe in the past or in the future, that becomes a habit, and that becomes a reason for your anxiety. If you're always in a hurry, that becomes your habit. Now quickly we'll do an audience participation. So everyone, I'll give you maybe 5 seconds. Okay, so wherever you are, just settle down with your feet completely on the floor. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Bring your attention to your breath. Take 2 deep breaths. Take 2 deep breaths. Now, settle yourself down and think of 3 things that you don't like about yourself. 3 things that you don't like about yourself. Okay, come back, open your eyes. How many could not get an answer? If I can have a number, maybe I'll check the screen. You can just raise hands. How many did not get anything bad about yourself?
Anurag.
Yeah.
I think only one person. Okay, great job, Anurag. And see, we are Olympic athletes of self doubt and self criticism. So now this network didn't come to you automatically because you thought, but because you have grown it over the years by practicing it all the time. I am not good enough. I have this negative thing. And imagine if you're so quick in judging yourself and criticizing yourself, what would happen when you have to criticize others? Because what we do with ourselves is what we do with others. So it can be, the click of fingers. Somebody asks you, please tell me one negative thing about me. You can say 10. So that's what we have built over the years. But that can be changed completely. Our brain, this is what neuroplasticity is, that our brains are completely malleable, completely changeable, and the only thing required is your mental habits. Even the researchers and neuroscientists, the doctors suggest that you don't need medicines for your this neuroplasticity or changing your mental habits or any kind of clinical disorders, of course, until and unless it depends on case to case. So your mental behaviors play a very important role in what you think, how you behave, how you react, and how your personality shapes. And this thing, that is why I always say that when you start early with children also, it becomes very easy, because children's brain are all the more malleable. They are changing not on a daily basis but on a moment to moment basis. So, and as adults also, we can completely change provided we are aware of our mental habits. Now, what mindfulness does is it brings our awareness to this present moment. And when you know what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you are sensing, how you are reacting, this awareness, when you bring, when that unconscious things become conscious, like as I said, I asked you all to focus on your breath. Now, breath is what? Breath is a very subtle thing. We hardly notice it during the day, but it's a very powerful thing. Like you can consider your breath as your superpower, because this is what connects you to your attention. So now, as we did that exercise, only one person out of, I mean, how many people are here?
I think around 60.
Okay. So out of 60 people, only one person could not find anything negative about
Even
himself.
I think within Jayati, two of them, Anurag and Jayati, I can see. So two of them.
Okay. So great job. So I think
There
I
show shyness.
yes, please.
There might be some shyness to say.
Quite possible. So, but the thing is that as humans, that's a general nature that we are always judging. We are always adding adjectives. This is good. This is bad. This is nice. This is not nice. It's hot. It's cold. Some or the other, thing we'll find faults with. So now another thing that we can do is, now how do you build? How do you build this? How do you change this mental habit? Now we have gone through the first step, that is awareness. Now we know that this is not a very good habit to carry on always. Now think of a person that you have admired as a child, maybe someone who had a very positive impact on you when you were a child. Any person. Think of a person and think of the qualities of the person that maybe had an impact, that you were impressed with. What qualities that person had that you really admired? Can I have it in the chat box? The qualities that you admire in someone that you looked up to as a child.
Positiveness.
Okay. And integrity, persistence, and patience. Wow. Non-judgmental. Okay. Great. So we have a lot of these positive qualities. Now think that, have you imbibed those qualities from that person that you admired? Have you imbibed those qualities? Do you have those qualities? The person whom you looked up to. So what happens is, we look up to a person, we think that the person I admire has so many good qualities, but very often, now many are writing yes, some are writing sometimes. So very often what happens is, we think, oh my God, I love that person. Oh my God, I love this quality in that person. But the thing is that we are not able to become like that or imbibe those qualities like that. But this thing called bringing back your attention to knowing how you are and what you want to imbibe is what helps us change those neural connections. Now, research has also found that it's very easy to improve the cortical thickening of your brain with practice. So when we do it every time, the only idea is to bring back your attention to this present moment, to whatever you are doing. You don't need to sit in meditation for maybe 30 minutes or 40 minutes. Even every hour, if you promise yourself that for 1 minute I'll just pay attention to my breath, or for 30 seconds I'll pay attention to what's going on in my head, what thoughts are coming. When you just start noticing that, your neural connections start changing. So that was about attention. Now health and happiness was, as defined by WHO in 1948, was that it's not just absence of disease, but a complete state of mental, physical, and social well-being. So happiness, the end goal of everything that we are seeking, so it's a complete well-being, not only one or two things. And this thing called mindfulness, I'll just quickly run through the PPT and then maybe I'll get to audience participation. So this thing called mindfulness is single tasking. Now many people these days, what happens is, they are propagating a lot about multitasking. but multitasking is not a good habit for your brain. It's absolutely not good.
Namrata,
So,
Namrata, just
yes,
we are stuck with the PPT, I think. We can see the health and happiness. That's what you're talking about? That's PPT?
no, I think I changed the slide. It's not visible.
No, we are stuck with the second and third. Now you can see the three pillars of mindfulness. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. I'll get.
Here you can can you come to the down? Come down.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that one. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. Still it's for,
So
yeah. Carry on.
it's not visible.
Please carry
It's
on.
not visible.
It's not, it's okay. We can carry on.
I think it's
Okay.
last.
Okay, so mindfulness is single tasking and not multitasking. So, whenever you are wholeheartedly present, moment to moment, with whatever you are doing, you don't need to sit in meditation. I always say that you can practice mindfulness every day, every time, moment to moment, because we naturally possess this. It's just that we have distracted ourselves into so many things that we are not paying attention. And mindfulness has three main pillars. The first one is your intention, the second is attention, and the third is your attitude. Now, intention is that you deliberately want to focus on something. You want to do something for yourself, maybe to improve focus, maybe to reduce stress, maybe to reduce anxiety. It can be anything. But you have to have that one intention when you are uh, focusing only on one thing. And the next thing is your faculty of attention, that you are bringing your mind whenever it runs away. I think somebody's mic is on.
Yeah, taken care of. You can continue, Namrata.
Yeah. So bringing back your mind to something all the time. Now, most of us must have seen sparrows, those small birds, which are like kind of extinct now, but still we all know about those sparrows and how fickle they are. They just fly like every 2 seconds, every 3 seconds, they'll go here, they'll go there. They never sit for a long time. That's how the nature of our mind is. It'll fly to one thought, to second thought, to third thought. So whenever you bring back gently, now that kind with kindness, the attitude with which you bring back your mind to the object of attention is what is called the attitude. So whenever you are kind and compassionate towards yourself, is how you develop kindness and compassion for yourself as well as for others. So it's very important that how you are paying attention, as Vikash sir had said initially at the start of the session, that non-judgmental attention. So that is a non-judgmental attention, because the adjectives that we use, is deep seated in our brains, always adding something or the other to every experience or every object that we have an interface with. So this these are the three most important things that help us become more and more mindful. First is intention, second is attention, and third is attitude. Now whenever mostly people ask me that how can we integrate it in our daily lives. Whenever you are faced with an anxious situation, or whenever there is something that is bothering you, the best thing that you can do is stop. Stop means literally stop. And the acronym STOP stands for, like, stop, take a deep breath, observe, view your perspective, and practice what works. Now, we can do this together if you all are ready. Maybe close your eyes right now. Close your eyes, sit straight, keep your back straight, your spine straight but not stiff. Keep your back straight, your neck straight, and take a deep breath. Take a deep breath and observe what's going on in your head, what you are thinking. How you are feeling. Are you feeling heavy or light? What are the thoughts going on in your mind? And you just have to notice what it is. Maybe questionable, maybe not questionable. Maybe it's a negative thought, maybe it's a positive thought. You don't have to do anything with it, you don't have to fight with it. Just pay attention to it, notice it. Now, the thoughts that you have, just observe. If I have this thought, what other perspectives can there be in this thought? Is my thought based on certain experience of mine, or certain things that I have already learned in my past? So, what all distortions I have, what all perspectives can I look for in this thought? Because every thought can have many perspectives. And then you can take action on what's the best thing that you can do in a particular situation, what works for you and what works for others as well. So in a situation when you are fueled by a lot of questions or anxiety or confusion, you can always practice this stop technique. It hardly takes a minute. The other practice that you can do is a 3-minute check in with your body. How you are feeling in your head, what you are thinking in your head, what all thoughts are coming, how you are feeling in your heart. Are you feeling emotional? Are you feeling happy? Are you feeling sad? All these are emotions. And the next thing is how you are sensing near your stomach. So your stomach center, where you have your belly button, that is also the place where we have that gut feeling. So most of the senses arise in those areas. So feeling of heaviness maybe, or light, or a burning sensation, or a feeling of a sensation of feeling calm. So all these things arise in the center of your body. So when you do this 3-minute check in, it's like almost centering yourself and grounding yourself to this present moment. And that's how all that clutter that goes on in the mind, which makes you anxious, that reduces. Your breath also normalizes, your thoughts also reduce. At least you know what you are thinking, how you are behaving, and how you will be reacting the next moment. So the uh, time lag between what you think and how you react is that short space, maybe a second or so, or maybe a split of a second. So when you get aware of that split of seconds, maybe a second, so that moment is called mindfulness, because in that moment is what you have a choice to react in a different way, to choose to react in a different way. And these are just 5 tips how you can build mindfulness in your daily routine. So, multiple breaks, and looking for goodness and kindness in everything, appreciating others, developing a daily habit of exercising,
बहुत दूर है ये तो भाई
developing a daily habit of exercising, because our mind and body are connected. So when you are connected to your body, you get connected with your mind. Now these days most people who exercise, what they do, it's headphones on or earpods on, some music, they are looking somewhere, they are talking to someone. But when they are exercising, when you're exercising, try to focus only on your physical movements, on how your muscles make you feel. When you're taking a walk, like mindful walking we call it, when you're taking a walk, maybe in the nature, maybe in your society, remove those headphones and try to maybe focus on the surroundings, just as simple as the birds chirping, all the trees or people around, how they are, what they are doing. All those things, when you start noticing your surroundings, it's very easy to bring your attention back to the present moment. So your brains are completely changeable, and you can do it. It's just a mental habit that you need to inculcate. So these were the few things in a gist that I could summarize. And I would now love to have questions if there are any.
Uh, Hello, I'm Binish.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to know how to get rid of stress because I always get stressed out. How to get
Okay.
rid of the stress and also make how to make yourself happy.
Okay, good question. And I think all of us need answers to this question: how to get rid of stress and how to be more happy. So, as I said, happiness has nothing to do with what you have and what you do. The less distracted you are, the more ability you have to bring yourself back to your breath or back to whatever you are doing.
And can
That
you share
itself.
your mobile number also? Mobile number.
Yes, I will share that with maybe Bikash sir,
Ah,
Yeah,
and
we'll take it through.
yeah,
Rather,
he can
rather,
share.
rather, Namrata, just to the question which Binesh asked, I'd like to take it little one step further, and perhaps I'd like to understand how does mindfulness impact stress?
See, why do we get stressed in the first place? If I may counter question, why do we get stressed?
So it's a battle between subconscious and unconscious, I think, that leads to some kind of stress.
And what else? What
Uh,
else leads to stress?
maybe
Probably not getting what you want.
When
Yes,
I would like to answer this question, ma'am. You know,
yes, please.
when we have too many expectations in life, and moreover, moreover, whenever we have too many expectations, it is that which leads to stress.
expectation and
And
See,
then priority.
extending our limits, also working beyond our limits. We all have certain limitations, and if we are a little bit aware, we know what are the limitations that we possess, and we should always try to be within those limits, be it our physical or emotional limits. Whenever we cross those boundaries, we are tend to face stress.
Even just to add, Mita, it's about, I think, also prioritizing. If on a particular day we have this many to-do list, I'm talking about professional stress. So much of
Exactly.
to-do list, and then we don't know how to prioritize, how to
Hmm.
not completing on a particular deadline. That leads to some kind of stress also. You know,
so
and
there are many factors that lead to stress.
And
So
there are a couple of people also put in the group, I think, for example, overthinking, uh, then time management. Okay. So Amit Jain has said stress happens when there is no synchronization between our intentions, thoughts, expectation, actions, procrastination, and so on. Yeah, over to you.
Because, sir, I
oh,
have a question to ask.
Wait, let us complete this question and then we will go forward. Yeah.
So, see, stress is the distance between where you are and where you want to go. It's that distance. And when you are not able to reach there, you are stressed, right?
mm.
Yes.
So,
Yes, yes.
we want something and we are doing something. We always have certain, like somebody said, we have expectations. We have expectations of ourselves, from ourselves. We have expectations from others. This is how the things should be. This is how the my day should go. This is how my spouse or my child should behave. This is how my boss should have spoken to me. So all these expectations, we have created a picture of happy rosy picture in our minds, that
Uh-huh.
everything should be perfectly in order and everyone should be supportive of me. So when that story gets disturbed, when there is some change in that story, we get stressed out, right?
Uh, and sometimes
Now,
I also feel life become very dry. How to make it?
what very
Life has become very dry. How to make it colorful? Colorful,
That's
very
what
dry.
I'm coming to. So
Uh,
you have a picture of
uh,
how now, as you said, it's a dry life. So
yeah.
what is your picture of maybe
Dry life.
a colorful or a picturesque life? What is your picture? You must be having something in your mind. So
Mm-hmm.
now to achieve that, when you are not able to, that's what causes stress.
Mm-hmm.
Now when you keep practicing and understand and bring back, see, most of the things that are happening to us are also because of our reactions. So the moment you start changing your reactions to all the events that are happening, you will find your life changing. Now, one thing that I always say to people in sessions like this is, what do you do first thing in the morning? As soon as you wake up, what do you do? That
Express gratitude.
Okay, no, not everyone would be doing that, I'm sure.
Then
So,
wash your
but
face, brush your teeth.
Mom, instantly start working.
so all these things, the first thing that you do in your day, makes way for other things that are going to happen. Now, suppose your alarm rings and you say, "Oh my God, this alarm is again started," and you press the snooze button. You don't wake up, so you are signaling your brain that this alarm is not meant for me. I was meant to sleep till 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, and that is why that inability to sleep for that time is causing stress, right? Just an example.
Uh-huh.
So, and when you continuously keep doing this, you start getting more and more stressed. This should have happened. Oh, I got stuck in the traffic. This traffic should not have been there. The person in front of me is driving slow. He should have driven fast. The person behind me is honking. He should not have honked. So, all those chaos, all those clutters, all those disturbances will always be there. But your ability to respond to them, you can change that. You can control that. A 2 second or a 2 minutes wait at the traffic will cause no harm. And now with so many things happening around, we all know that if you miss a flight, if you miss a train, if something doesn't happen, it's for something good. So, but we are always panicky. Something should happen. Whatever is happening right now in this moment is the best thing to happen. When you bring that acceptance, I think stress automatically loses its grip on you. When you start observing your stress, as they say, when you're out of the river, when you can see the river, that means you are out of the river. So when you can see your stress, that means you are out of your stress. So when you start observing your stress, when you start understanding that okay, it is a part of you, it starts losing its grip on you. It won't
So you
trouble
mean to
you.
say that take the day as it comes, something like that.
Yes, take the day as it comes, but that doesn't mean you don't plan your day. You plan your day, but if there are certain shifts in your plan, accept that with ease. If you can do something about it, please do it. If you can't do anything about it, no need to stress it out, because
Uh,
as it is, you cannot do anything about it.
Okay.
yes.
So I think I have a couple of queries from one is Professor Trilochan Chena. You are about to ask something.
Yeah, yes.
We are unable to
First
hear
of
you
all,
properly.
Namrata madam, telling very happy after time. Today in 2006, when I saw you in Rourkela. Today I'm seeing you.
The
Very
voice is
wonderful.
not clear.
Professor
My
Jena,
voice
your
is
voice,
clear, sir.
Professor Jena, his voice is not clear.
Now my voice is coming,
No. Can
sir.
you relog in again? Can I ask you to relog
Am
in?
I audible to you?
No,
Am I
not yet.
audible?
Not yet. Okay.
Am I,
Meanwhile, we'll go to the
am I
next.
audible to you, sir?
No. May I ask you to relog in again? Maybe some network issue is there. Yeah. Mr. Pujari, you have some question?
Okay.
You raised your hand a
Okay.
couple of times.
Let me.
Mr. Ajit Pujari. Okay. So let us see a couple of questions in the box. I think Amit Jain has asked, people sometimes often misunderstand mindfulness as passive involvement. How to get around this?
Actually, mindfulness is not passive involvement, it's active involvement completely. As I said, you are what you are doing. Wherever you go, there you are. So that's a very famous quote by Dr. John Kabat-Zinn, who has popularized mindfulness in the Western world. So he has a book also with that title, Wherever You Go, There You Are. So the moment you are actively involved in this present moment, And the trick to do, as I said, is bring your attention back to your breath all the time. Now, I'll share an experience when I started my mindfulness journey. Now, I was introduced to mindfulness by my father, who is a stress management trainer, and he is into training since training was not even popular. So he asked me that, okay, you go for this, you learn this thing, and to manage stress and all. So when I started practicing, what happened was, I had kids. My kids were small then, and every time I used to sit for practice, they'll come and kids always have some or the other question when you are engaged. They are curious to know what you're doing, why you're doing, and all sorts of problems they'll have only when you are engaged. When you are free, they don't have any problem. So this thing started happening, and what I initially I used to get very frustrated that please don't disturb me for the 30 minutes that I'm practicing, but they will definitely do that. So I realized that this is not going to work. That sitting for 30 minutes with toddlers around, I cannot do that. So what I did was, every time I did some work, whether I was cooking, whether I was studying, whether I was doing my household chores or whatever it was, I just tried to bring my attention back to my breath. And that brought me back to the present moment, to what I was doing, whether I was cooking, whether I was reading, whatever I was doing. So, this thing of continuously bringing back myself and also checking your posture all the time. Now, you may not realize, but certain times of the day you are slouching, you have your hands on your cheeks or on your head. So, when you start getting aware of all these things that is happening just within your body, that itself is a mindfulness practice. The picking up those, lifting those weights that you do for your body, this is lifting weights for your brain. So, every time that you do this screen has changed. Has anyone changed this?
Yeah. Wait. Uh, Anil? Anil, yeah. Okay. Can you disable it? We don't require anybody. Can you disable the screen, please? Yeah, Namrata, you can
So,
go.
that's what, every time you don't need to sit. If you don't know, many people say I don't have time to practice. You don't need time, you just need an intention that you want to bring yourself back to this present moment, or an intention that I want to be with myself or with my work, or I want to be stress free,
And one more
whatever
thing,
intention you do.
Namrata ji, one doubt is there. When
Yes.
you are in the middle of sometimes activity, I tend to lose my attention in the middle.
What in what?
In the middle of
Lose,
some activity, I tend to lose my attention. So how to
Yeah.
get rid of that problem?
So this is what I'm saying. So this practice, when you continuously do, now if, okay, for example, if you get sick, can you exercise at that time?
No, you don't
If
think so?
you are physically unwell, if you have fever or something, can you exercise at that time?
No, I can't.
You cannot. But when you are healthy and you exercise, there are more chances that you will fall sick less frequently,
Ah,
right? The same is the case with the brain. When you are a little free, a little calm, or maybe a little more stable, that is the time to practice mindfulness. But we think that now we are completely fine, what's the need to practice? But that is the time to build those muscles, so that when you fall sick, like in case of physical illness, that in this case of being anxious or stressful, you are equipped to handle that better when you continuously practice that. Now, as you said that you know that you lose attention when you're doing some work or something, so
no.
when you continuously bring back your attention to the work that you're doing, or even maybe your daily chores, you wake up, you brush your teeth, do you find yourself, your mind wandering at that time when you're brushing your teeth, when you're doing your daily routine activities, when you're bathing, when you're eating? Do you eat without a mobile phone? Do you know what you're eating? When you go to a restaurant, do you know what food? Now, whenever I go to restaurants these days, everyone, four people are sitting, all of them have mobiles in their hand, nobody's talking to each other, nobody's enjoying the food. Rather than
Yeah.
when the food comes, they will talk that food in that restaurant is much better than this. So
Yes,
you
yes.
can So, you are not always with that food that you have ordered in that restaurant, right?
Yeah,
So, these small activities, these daily things, when you keep practicing, is how you build your attention for when you need.
yeah.
Okay, so there are a couple of more interesting questions, which I saw. And in fact, one of my queries is aligned to that. Janita asked, how can over dependency on AI, artificial intelligence, affect mindfulness? I'd like to add my question to that also. It is so that it can uh, collectively you could be able to put across your thought. One is this aspect. The second is how this mindfulness also impact uh, um, you know emotional intelligence.
So, what was the first question?
How can over dependency on AI, artificial intelligence, affect mindfulness?
Okay. Now, when you are over dependent on AI, what is happening? When we are over dependent, now these days everyone is using chat gpt to write their projects or speech or articles or whatever.
Your brain
So
is not
in
working.
that, what's not working?
I mean, if you're more dependent on AI and
Then
chatbot
that
and
means
Yeah,
brain is totally dead.
you are not using your brain. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
you are
Brain is
not.
dead.
So if you keep lying on the bed all day long, what will happen? Will you be able to move your body?
No.
It will be difficult, right? Now someone very nicely said that if you don't use a wheelchair and still you are sitting on it and using the wheelchairs to move, what will happen? Eventually you'll not be able to move your legs. That same is the case with our brains as well. If you are not using it, it will not work. So I don't recommend using too much of AI for all the work that you're doing. Use it as required, as much as required, and sometimes you can restrain it as well. This technology is the number one cause these days for stress, for distractions, for this attention deficit and all these things. So, the more you are using your brain, the easier it is for your brain to be active. And second thing, as Vikas sir asked that, can you repeat your question, sir? Your question,
Yeah, yeah. I'm not doing anything. Sorry.
Vikas sir, your question.
I think it's not audible.
Uh, okay, so let me take the next question in that case. Can we attach cue, crave, response, reward with mindfulness? Of course, you can. You can attach some, you can reward yourself whenever you are practicing mindfulness. And if you do it even for 5 minutes, so of course, our brain loves rewards. So, when every time you're rewarding and it likes it, definitely you can attach those cues. Pat yourself on the back when you're able to practice it.
All right. Um, One
Yes,
second.
I think you're back. We had lost your voice at some point. So,
Yeah, yeah. Can you hear me?
yes, now, yes.
So one more question, maybe one last but one, maybe another two questions, and then we can wind up. Mr. Pujari has asked one question. Can we attach cue, crave, response, reward?
I just answered that.
Oh, you already answered it. Okay.
Yeah.
There is an interesting question from Dr. Mehta. I was reading a couple of minutes back. She says, Dear Namrata ma'am, through awareness and practice for years, altogether I have brought positive changes in my myself. But at times I end up wondering why grown-up people who are already bearing so much in life do not grow up mentally and still end up playing the same games. Just to continue, I feel what should be done for such people as we have to tolerate such immature people at home as well as workplace.
See, as
I,
I
I think
said,
I think it's a
first,
typical example of generation gap, you know. Okay,
yes,
continue.
generation, I think we should be a little compassionate and kind towards those who do not change or who are not willing to change. Just understand that it's their perspective, and it's one of those
ए
perspectives
बेटा
that they don't know
ए
about.
बेटा ब्राउन बासमती दो
Can we?
Yeah, yeah, done. Carry on.
Yeah. So, this practice called mindfulness that we practice continuously, this also builds kindness and compassion. So when you understand, see, now you say ki, children, they do not change, they behave in an irrational way. We can give our best to them, or elderly people who are mature, who are aged, do not understand. So try and be kind and compassionate towards people who do not change or who are not willing to change, because they are just stuck with their perspectives and they are not yet ready to explore other sides of the coin. Now when you see a pyramid, you can see only one side, but there are three sides to it which you don't know about. So what the other person is thinking, when you bring that awareness that the other person's perspective may be different than yours, that itself makes you a little less irritable maybe, and a little less and a little more bearable with other people. So I think that helps when you understand that there are many other perspectives other than yours. You may be liking mindfulness, but others may not.
But being too compassionate may lead to an additional stress, no much harm, no matter how much we control, but if they try to be too much compassionate or empathetic, then that harms us to a certain extent.
No, one thing scientifically proven, compassion will not harm you. It is scientifically
Okay.
proven.
Okay.
So I
Thank you,
think
ma'am.
I
Thank
think
you.
if that is stressing you out, that means you need to develop a little more compassion.
Okay.
Okay, Namrata, thank you so much. I think we have a wonderful time. I wrote a couple of questions. But uh, due to limited time, may not be able to ask you many. But I will take the last question. Keeping in Gen Z. Uh, do you think this mindfulness, which we have been talking about, and this is one emerging area of research across the globe, increase focus, creativity among the young generation? That is, I'm talking about Gen Z. What do you think?
Of course, it does. It is now scientifically proven that it improves focus, it enhances attention. See, all our, as I said, everything about learning that we know is dependent on our prefrontal cortex. And when you keep bringing back your attention to this, any object, that itself strengthens your ability to learn more, to focus more, to improve your memory as well. So all these things do help in improving your cognitive abilities, in your learning abilities, in your memory, in your decision making abilities, because you start thinking, right? You give some time to respond to yourself, so that when you start giving yourself time to respond, that itself is very powerful enough to help you take better decisions.
Just last, out of curiosity, how this mindfulness is different from meditation or relaxation? Because we are
Okay.
talking about same, balancing your subconscious mind, taking pause, thinking positive, So I'm little curious to understand how this mindfulness, is it aligned with the concept of, uh, meditation or relaxation, or there is really some difference between
Now,
them?
meditation and mindfulness are siblings. Okay. So, but meditation is the elder sibling and mindfulness is the younger sibling. So, meditation is kind of transcendental. It may take you, when practiced over many years and a lot of effort, and it may take you to a space or a tendency to be maybe blank, which we call a thoughtless state. That is deep meditation. Mindfulness is just, seeing the chaos that you are in. Like everything is happening around you, you know that there is chaos around you, there is stress around you. So your ability to see that, observe that without taking any action is what mindfulness is. So mindfulness does not maybe distance you from your daily life, but meditation does. It's a peaceful thing to be meditative, and it's not always possible to be in a meditative state, but it's always possible to be mindful.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I think we have an
Ma'am,
impactful.
can we have one more question with your
Yes.
permission?
Yeah, Anjali, last
Uh,
one. Last one. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, sometimes it happens like recurrent downfalls in certain fields are just bringing you back to the situation. Like it is a, vicious circle only. And, at that point in time, you couldn't get a support, and moreover, you are not that strengthened that you can come out of it. Then what is the right mode to get out of it?
Okay, so you're saying you are in a repeated loop of a stressful situation, if I've understood
Yes.
that well.
Yes, from many fronts. Then what is the right way to come out of it? Sometimes you do not get a support from the people around. If you even expect, if you even demand. So in that very situation, how to cope up with that kind of a situation? Because at that point in time, you're not that mindful that you should come out of the situation, and you have to be in a meditation or something like that, mindfulness. So when you are already into that kind of a situation, when you are feeling like that, I'm duping, and how to come out of that way situation. So a little your guidance is required on that.
Okay, wonderful question. And now for this, I would like to ask you another counter question is, when you are in a loop kind of a situation, when the same things are happening again and again, have you observed what is that one thing that is common to that situation? So when you understand that what is the common thing, is my behavior, my attitude, the way I am responding, is that thing continuing with that same situation? So the moment you understand this, the moment you know what kind, now if the situation repeats itself, do you also repeat your behavior?
Yes, yes,
You
yes.
got the answer to your own question.
All right.
Uh, but
You
ma'am, but ma'am,
Yes.
you're not that mindful that every time, it takes a lot of
Now
time
you've
to
become.
realize.
Now you've understood now that your behavior is repeated in that kind of a, or whatever situation you're talking about. That realization has come now that your behavior is also repetitive.
Namrata, I think these are all debatable topic and need more insight. Maybe we can have a 2 days program on mindfulness later. I think it will be effective. Whether it's a Gen Z or millennial or baby boomers. I think this topic is very, very important. Precisely, you see, I work with a lot of corporate also, where we talk about detox, right? And when we talk about detox, mindfulness is the ingredient, right? How to balance, how to take the journey further. All of us, we agree today, irrespective of anything and everything, each of us, we are stressed, different kind of stress, of course, it could be personal, it could be professional, right? Okay, I think, thank you so much, Namrata, to be part of this session. And this session is jointly organized by Rotary Club, uh, uh, Raul Vibrant, Anybody from the Rotary Club would like to join, would like to say a couple of words? Anybody from Rotary Club? I see a couple of members. Um, Mr. Pujari or Dr. Minati or
I want to say something. Sir.
Smruti, you would like to say something? Okay, carry on.
Yes, yes. Hi, Namrata. Good afternoon.
Hi.
Well, it was nice to talk to you after 20 years, I think. So you have achieved And it was a nice session also. I think you have matured in that psychological activity, and it was great.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you over this session, and we'll be in touch with you. Thank you. You might
Thank you.
remember me
Thank you.
actually.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
And by the way,
Thank
we put the feedback link in the chat box. So appreciate if each of you can provide your feedback, honest one, because from time to time we come out with this kind of session precisely from expert who are overseas to share their thoughts, experience, etc. Anybody from the Riverside? Sorry, from the Raul Club Hybriant? Uh, Mrs. Archana, you'd like to say something?
Yes, me here.
In fact, Rotarian Archana today is her birthday, so happy birthday,
Oh,
madam.
wish
Yeah,
you a very happy birthday, ma'am.
yeah.
Thank you very much, Namrata. Your deliberation is wonderful. Uh,
Thank you so much for attending. It's an honor for me.
being a yoga teacher and acupressure therapist, I admire your but
Oh, wow,
deliberation.
that's interesting. I'm also a follower of yoga and acupressure.
Yes.
Mr.
Okay,
Pujari,
have a nice time.
Mr. Ajit
Thank
Pujari,
you so much, ma'am.
like to say a few words?
Are you able to listen to me?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
we can.
Yes.
Well, somehow my video is not getting on. Okay, good afternoon to all. And yeah, it was a good deliberation and we got some insight definitely. It is my hobby to go through various books on life philosophy. Um, so I had asked, I wanted to correlate that cue, crave, response, reward to mindfulness, right? There has to be some cue. And once there is some cue, mindfulness also enhances, and then you crave for it. Wonderful. Namrata,
Thank
uh,
you so much,
मैं
sir.
विकास का मामा हूँ.
Oh, good to know
Archana
that.
Gupta is my elder sister. Okay.
So all are Rotarian actually,
God
so that
bless.
is in their part of the
God
session,
bless all.
Yeah.
And we look forward for more.
Thank you
Thank you.
so much, sir.
Thank you, Namrata. So on
And
behalf of
thank you, sir.
yeah, on behalf of
Thank you so much.
Rameya and everyone, I must congratulate you for this particular session and thank you for joining. Hope to see you again, and all the participants, thank you so much, and hope you had a good Saturday to start with, and keep learning and keep reducing your stress on
Be mindful.
international. Be mindful and happy International Yoga Day. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye
you.
bye.
Thank you, Rampa.